Hey folks, looking at a 2005 Suzuki Swift. Also Chevy Aveos are pretty much exactly the same. Pontiac Waves. And the other day up here in the cold Canadian winter, well, it's not too bad today, went to pull the door handle and it just came off my hand. So we're going to try to get this handle off and then go to the junkyard, get a new handle. And I'll see if we can show you how we take it off. I looked online, didn't really find any videos for this type of handle, this kind of car, so we'll see if we can record progress for you. So there's a few screws we need to get off first. The first one is in behind this little thing in the door handle itself. Just pop that out with a flathead screwdriver, and then you'll get a Phillips screw in there they already took out. And the other one is up here. Take that guy out, and then we've got three down at the bottom. You'll see like three sort of indents in the door, here, there, on the far corner, and we'll take those out and let you know how we do. Alright, we got those three screws off the bottom. 5 screws all together now, all taken off. And one tip I learned from somebody else's YouTube video is to use like a putty knife to get in behind the door. So that helped pop it off here. And with those screws off now, we'll see if we can just take it right off. If we're not missing a screw. Try popping that off too while we're at it. Seems like there's one more thing somewhere. Hold it on. Alright. Sounds like progress. Break it. There we go. That might have just broke. Looks like that's okay. Just a piece of trim. Fell out, not sure what that is. I think it's the window knob that's just still stuck on, so let's see if we can figure that out. Okay, so update, pretty stupid mistake. So obviously this thing needs to come off first, so was able to get that off, and then the door just falls off. So, making some progress here. Let's get this out of the way. This can apparently be tough. I went and watched a YouTube video about taking these things off, and sometimes you get a tool to be able to remove that. It's kind of like a spatula that pops it off. And another guy's got a cool video about using a sandwich tie to be able to get it off. That was pretty cool too. I just basically kind of hit it and it fell off, so maybe it was about to fall off, I don't know. Probably from me reefing on this door already. So next up, we got to pull back some of this stuff, I believe, to get at the door handle on the other side. Some cars have thicker insulation in here from what I've watched. This is a pretty cheap car, so just has this crappy plastic. And I see the door handle over there, so that's good. But the window is down because I used that, and the window's in the way, so see if we can crank this bad boy back up. course, that doesn't want to come off now, so I'll deal with that in a second. See if we can get this. See if we can get this door off. So we've got the knob going in there, door lock knob. You can see one screw back there, and one screw in there. Looks like we need a ratchet for that, so we'll get some tools. We've got our 10mm ratchet here, so we're going to try and take those 2 screws out. Got her, and a little washer on there too. Put it on the seat so we don't lose them. Yeah, I wonder if this thing might just pop right out. Oh, it looks like it might. Let's bring it around here. Hopefully you can see that. You can see how it was hard to get the door open. Okay, so both screws are off. It still doesn't want to come out. Let's see what else might be holding her on. There's a piece going up higher than the door. The spring itself is up higher, but it looks like as I pull that out, oh, there we go. And then the lock just falls out. One little bit still stuck here. So we're closer. It's stuck on a little piece of metal. Let's take a look in here. Show you what we're looking at. So this is off, but it's stuck on this metal piece. See a little clip up there, so it looks like we have to get that disconnected. So I'm gonna try and do that, and we'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so we figured it out. It's basically just a little clip. You can see in here that the plastic part just swings back out of the way, and then I can do it with only one hand, and then it just kind of falls out. So there we go. We got our old broken door handle. And we'll go for a rip to the junkyard and see if we can get a new one. More to come. Alright, here we are. Canadian junkyard. We found a 07 Chevy Aveo that looks to have the same type of handle on it. It is white, unfortunately, but figure we should be able to paint it up. A little spray paint should look good as new, so we're going to try and see if we can get her off here. Here we go. Let you know how we do. Alright. There we go. That came off a lot quicker now that it's actually been done once. So there's our handle. And we're going to pay for this and go paint it up. Alright, we got our new part here. I just brought it home and kind of shined it up a little bit with a shop rag. And it's got some black spray paint left over from when we did the barbecue and the wood stove, so should just give it the perfect shade of black, I think, to match. Not that we really care. We thought about putting on the white one, but I'm gonna put it on YouTube. I better make it the same color. So let's see how this turns out here. Oh, it's looking pretty good. I don't really care what the back of it looks like. But whoa, that looks just dandy. So we'll let that dry. It's also a really high heat paint, so if the car ever burns down, then the handle should be the last thing standing. Alright, we'll let that dry and see if we can get her installed. More later. Alright, morning YouTube. Got our nice dried door handle, so we're going to try and install that. Okay, so the key here now is going to be, it looks to this hole on that the hook at the top of that rail, because that's what opens the door, is this rail going up and down. So I can open the door that way. That's how I've been able to get in the car. And this thing, when you pull the handle, moves down. So that's what we need to try and do. See how it goes. Alright, so we're just going to bring this around through this side. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but there's the little knob that thing needs to go through. Just basically just hook her through right like that. It seems to me there was a little clip on there before. I'm not sure where that went. Okay, pro tip here that I just learned. So remember how we're going to try and get the rail, the metal pole in through that, in through here. But I remembered as I was trying to put it on that there had been a clip on the rail before that would kind of hold the rail in there. And I was like, oh no, maybe it fell off on the door, don't know. Anyway, I kept my old one here, and marvelously, there is the clip. So it looks like that just could come off with a, just use a pair of needle nose pliers, hopefully get that off, and then that'll hold the clip on. Let's know how it goes. Okay, we managed to just take a pair of needle nose pliers and squeeze that knob, and that released this clip here. So the pro tip is, don't lose this part. I got lucky that it was still on the old piece. Now it looks like we're probably even with just one hand. Snap that in there. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's a little bit of the screen. So now we'll try and install it this way. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, we got it in. That was definitely the biggest pain in the butt of this whole process. So in the end, I got it in over on, got the rail through this side, hooked it in, put the clip on, and then was able to jimmy it back in with some real encouragement. So now we got to get the lock mechanism back in this hole here. There's the lock. I just twisted in front. And on the bottom of the lock, there's a kind of a knob that comes off the bottom of it, and that needs to line up with the screw that's on here that holds the thing on, holds the handle itself on. So I'm just pushing that lock in from the back there. There it is. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks like we're ready to screw this on now. Bring it out here so you can see. We have our screws here. I'll just start this one. Don't want to drop this. It's going to be a giant pain to get it out of the door. Okay, that one started pretty good. And there it goes. That's exactly what we didn't want to do. You know what though? I was smart and took a couple of screws from the junkyard this one to start better. Okay, that one started much better. That one's not coming up. Cool. Now the other guy. Goes over in here, but as I said, I don't know how well you guys can see that in there. You can kind of see the bottom, the back of the lock, the top, and then there's a little hole in this guy. I want him to be lined up with the hole where the screw is going to be. There, right now I got my hand on it. Use this to see a little bit better. So the question is that lined up? Oh, maybe better now. Alright, we're gonna run out of battery here in a second, so we'll turn this off and we'll come back when I charge her up. Alright, exciting news. We got both those screws in. Door handle now works. Paint got roughed up a little bit while I was jimmying around with it there. But otherwise, doesn't look too bad. Touch that up. And back in business.